writing pals and my reading pals, it's me, your girl Xanna, and today we're talking about firing a loaded gun. Not a literal one, a metaphorical one, if you will, and you will because it's a metaphor. Chekhov's gun is something that is well known in the writing world of any kind, be it playwriting, movie writing, which screenwriting encompasses all of those, book writing, whatever you write. Chekhov's gun applies to you, and that is the concept that if you show a character talking about physically doing or mentioning a gun being loaded and it being displayed on stage, that at some point during whatever piece of media you are working with, that gun needs to be fired. Now, usually when that gun gets fired, a bullet comes out, it hits someone, and bad things happen. But I want to focus on today about what happens when you load a gun, fire it, and nothing happens. This can also be called holding your characters accountable to their actions, which sounds a little bit less fun than firing a loaded gun. All of the things. Holding your characters accountable to their actions let the readers know that you mean what you say when you are writing your book. If a character sees something is hot, and they're like, wow, that's hot, I shouldn't touch it, and they touch it, we should most likely be reading that they get burned from doing that. There are circumstances in which there shouldn't be consequences to actions, like discovering a lie has been told of them of someone that they trusted or who was in a position of authority over them. I'm not talking about that kind of situation. That is a totally different situation in which that lie is key in discovering that the main character has been betrayed in some way. I am strictly talking about when you say something's going to happen and nothing happens. The first thing that I will address about this, and I'm going to be extremely blunt and honest right from the get-go, is that it is poor, weak writing. If you say that something bad is going to happen, that character A should not do this thing, and then they do the thing anyways at some point, and everyone's just like, oh no, you did the thing that we said not to, that's kind of disappointing, but oh well, you did the thing, like that. The reader feels extremely unsatisfied by that, and it kind of shows them that you maybe didn't really think through your actions, or you were trying to build up a red herring and it just kind of flopped. And it shows the reader that if you say that something's going to happen, they don't have the trust in you to know that something will happen. Right now, I love getting texts while I'm filming, because I film on my phone, and then it just throws me for a loop, and I don't even remember what I was doing. I feel like I got through that really quickly, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Last week's video was 27 minutes, and I have a feeling, 25 minutes, I have a feeling that Willow is going to sue me or quit. But no, I'll give you a little bit more information here. Have no fear, I'm not just gonna put out a 3-minute video and call it good. I want to bring up that the word consequences doesn't necessarily have to mean that something bad happens. There can be good consequences to someone's actions, and if you say that something good is going to happen and then it's only mediocre, that also kind of leaves the reader with a bad taste in their mouth. You know, it's unsatisfying. They wanted the really good thing that they were promised, or they wanted the really bad thing that they were promised. There's danger in promising your readers things in your book. Now, granted, not everyone will be satisfied with whatever twist or consequence you come up with, good or bad, for your characters. There's always going to be someone who thinks that it wasn't well done or that there should have been more happening. But the key is that there should be something happening. There shouldn't just be a tiny little slap on the wrist. That's my hand. Wrist. There we go. Tiny little slap on the wrist. They want the consequences that they were promised. If a character is told repeatedly, time and time again, do not do this, do not do this, do not do this. Bad things will happen if you do this. There will be consequences if you do this thing. It will not be good for you if you do this thing. And they do the thing, and nothing really happens, then all of that buildup that you were building, all of that tension that you were building is gone. Poof, it's gone, it's disappeared, and your reader, there's a good chance, will close your book at that point, because then they'll just think that everything that you're building for the entire novel is going to fall as flat as that. I feel like I'm sounding almost a little harsh in saying this, but it is true. I, as a reader, have put down books and not even gone back to them later on because of an author building up these grand, great big things and then it falling flat and me just being like, well, is that what the rest of the book is gonna be like? And, you know, I'll skim forward a little bit and maybe it happens again, or it feels like it's gonna happen again, and I'm like, this just isn't good. I don't want to spend my time reading something like that. Your readers aren't going to want to spend time reading things like that. Are you happy writing things like that? No, I'm not saying that, like, that you're a bad writer for doing things like that. I didn't say that it was poor writing. I didn't necessarily say that it made you a bad writer. We all learn from things. We all grow as we continue writing and working, and I'm not wanting to say that you're a bad author if you've ever done something like that, because again, we all grow. I look at my writing from a year ago on the project I'm working on right now, and I cringe at my writing, and it's only been a year. A year is a long time, but still, we are constantly improving, we are constantly getting better, and I am hoping to constantly be giving you guys writing tips as I continue to grow as a writer and I learn about things like this. So again, as I close out, because I feel like I can only say the same thing so many times in a video, follow through with your plans. Again, this doesn't apply if this is an intentional letdown of the character realizes that they did something and nothing bad happened, and suddenly they're questioning everything that's been told them by the people that were telling them bad things happened, because that's good tension. I'm talking about, you know, as I've said 7 times in probably 5 minutes, building things up, building up good tension for your reader. And I've seen authors do it. They build up great tension with it, and it's so great. They're really good at building tension. And then it's lackluster in the following through. Let bad things happen to your characters. Let your characters screw up. Let them face the consequences of their actions. And fire a loaded gun. Anywho, my name is Xanna Renee. I am an author here on the YouTubes. This is my book right here, Through the Violet Redwoods. Wow, I just pulled that out and that was awesome. Go me. You can get this in paperback on Barnes & Noble or ebook for Nook or Kindle. I think I will be offering signed copies on my website soon, which would be pretty fun. That is nightshadepublishing.com/shop. I'm also thinking about running a sale on the ebook because it's spring, and spring is really bright and cheery, but then spring gets really gloomy. And I think that a gloomy spring day when it's kind of rainy and everything like that is the perfect time to pick up a copy of Through the Violet Redwoods. $7.99 for the paperback and the ebook. Yeah, I think the book is great. It's got some really pretty art in it. Let's see if I can... hey, there's one. Such great art in this book. My illustrator, Margaret, did an absolutely phenomenal job on the art in this book. I highly recommend that you pick it up, and so do several other people who have read it. You can find me on all of my social medias. I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at XannasBooks. Being honest, I am the most active on Instagram and kind of TikTok. Tweeting is weird. You got like, not a lot to say. Or I have a lot to say, honestly. You've probably watched my videos. I have a lot to say and not a lot of space to do it on Twitter. And Twitter's kind of toxic, being realistic. And Facebook, I'm just not on Facebook often. I can't access my page from my phone, which is weird. I can only do it from the computer. Why am I rambling? I am just a rambler. Hi, if you're new, I'm Xanna. I like to ramble about literally anything I can. Let's see, I talked about my book. I talked about my social media. You can support me on Patreon. I don't push that enough. You can support me on Patreon, help me with further writing projects, get exclusive access, request videos. I have a free Discord server that you can join and you can chat with me. It's in the link down below. There are some Patreon exclusive chats in there, but for the most part, the server is open to the public. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I will be doing an office tour soon once I get things a little bit more solidified and kind of cleaned up. Because if you are new here, you would know this shelf is new. I think I already said that. I feel like the last 3 minutes of this video have just been me blabbing. Anyways, I've got an office tour coming up. I've got a major, huge fantasy book haul coming up. And I've got a hot date in a little bit, so I'm gonna finish getting ready for that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.